So after the mixed reception of Iron Man 3 and that somewhat enjoyable movie of Thor: The Dark World, but that movie was pretty bad, Marvel had this kind of rocky road. It was like they wasn't making new movies anymore.
Yeah.
They wasn't making good movies anymore like that. And then they also had like a movie called Guardians of the Galaxy on the horizon. Like, how was they gonna make a movie about
Hmm.
a talking tree
Like
and
they
a
just took a
raccoon
hit.
work?
They just took a big hit.
Exactly.
They had to get
But
back
then
up.
but then out of nowhere, Winter Soldier dropped like a bomb.
Bro,
This
left, right combo on the Dark
this
World
is a
numbers.
quality film.
It
This is a
is
quality film.
first
I
quality
love this
film
movie.
in a while.
Exactly. I think since the Avengers, right?
Hmm.
Or
Like
at least not even counting the team up movies since Iron Man.
this is the first movie that I felt like reminds me of where we are currently in the Marvel movies.
It's the
Exactly.
definitive superhero movie.
Exactly. It's like
Definitive
it's like the Dark
superhero
Knight.
movie. Ah,
It's like the Dark Knight. It's on the same scales of Civil War and Dark Knight. I
I'd
swear
say
to
it's
God, it's
definitive
so good.
sequel.
Yeah,
This is how you follow up a movie, especially with First
yeah,
Avenger.
This is the best sequel out of any Marvel movie.
yeah. The best. Well, no.
Out of
Well, out
each
of any
main
MCU
trilogy,
movie.
Yeah,
which
yeah. The main trilogy.
I said that
The
last
best.
night.
Yeah, the best second movie out of the
Yeah,
trilogy.
this is the best, follow up in trilogy. The usual Dark World. Dark World it was better than the original, but it wasn't
Yeah,
great. Iron Man
yeah.
2, mixed receptions. I think it was
Just like
good.
Iron Man 3.
You disagree? Yeah, so Iron
Yeah.
Man's trilogy, he's done. Thor's, he's got one more movie, and then Cap's second movie. After such a mixed reception with First Avenger, I'm pretty sure not a lot of people like that movie.
Is that because Captain America was like this Boy Scout? You can't really
Hmm.
relate to somebody that's like always good.
Yeah.
And then in his world, it's like Nazis are bad. These are the good guys. The soldiers are the good guys. So it's very black and white. And then we get into this world
Yeah.
where it's just like, who's the villain? We
Yeah,
don't know who's the villain because
like as
everyone's
Nick Fury says in the movie, don't trust anyone. The government,
exactly
he's so used to, the government's right. Fight for your country.
order.
And
Exactly.
then, yeah, he realizes he's a soldier. He follows orders. And then he realizes the people behind those orders are not good people. And it's
So
the
it's very
people that he's
hard for
been
him to
fighting.
be inside of a world where you're like, you don't know who's the villain.
Yeah.
Anybody can deceive you. And that's one of the things that I really like about the movie is because, Hydra planted a seed inside of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Hmm.
and you don't know who's good or who's not.
Like, as I'm pretty sure Steve had a line in Avengers where he said, I went in the ice, the world was a war, and when I came up, people told me we'd won. And, just imagine the shock, the thing, Hydra is still around, the thing that you sacrificed your life, your friends.
Exactly. The love of your life for. You was about to get some pull later that night and you sacrificed yourself.
And then
Just great stuff.
realizing all these years later, they're still around, and not only they're the people lying to you as the good guys.
Exactly. Pulling the strings, making you go on different missions and stuff. That's just good stuff right there.
Like
The
Winter
missions that he's
Soldiers.
doing ended up helping Hydra in the end. So you can't
Exactly.
Winter Soldier is like the first like great movie out of all the meh we've seen since like Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because, I'm trying to think. Yeah, Winter Soldier kind of expands his character into new and
Mhm.
different ways, This actually is the turning point for him. Like, should he trust the government or should he just go on
Yeah.
off by himself,
And the problem with Thor in Dark World is the Thor in the first Thor and then in Dark World, they seem like two very different people because you didn't see the character development at the end of Thor or at the beginning of Dark World. You saw that in
Yeah.
Avengers.
He doesn't even have a character arc in Dark World.
Yeah. And kind of
I
with Iron
didn't
Man
see it.
1 and 2. Like in 1 he has an arc, but in 2 he kind of like fell back on that. But in
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, like he had such this arc in First Avenger where he was sacrificing his life and everything, and then that kind of like naturally progresses into his arc for this movie, where he's
Exactly. He
willing to
still wants
sacrifice
to do
everything for
good.
Bucky.
I like that they introduced that he's actually trying to get used to the way the world is now. I
Yeah,
like that
through the
beginning
list. Yeah,
because
through the list.
it really shows that he's trying and he's like a real person.
Yeah.
I don't really like
And
that.
and plus you can relate to him
I
more.
miss Fish Out of Water Cap. I feel like there should have been a little bit more and there wasn't that
And
much. And that was kind of sad.
I feel like it wouldn't have worked in this movie because I mean he's been out of ice for 3 years now.
Because
I
the only
think
movie we
he,
really got that in was Avengers, and it wasn't even that much in Avengers.
yeah, I mean he was only there for like a year or so, right? Because
No.
July to May
I just
of
feel like having a
2012.
little bit of that in the beginning of this movie would be like way better as like transitioning from first Avenger and
I think in Avengers he was in denial, but Winter Soldier is when he finally started to get out into the world more.
Yeah, and like
I don't
he
really get
started
that.
learning different
I think
combat
Winter
training.
Soldier is just where he is after like some time has passed. Where he used first Avenger, he doesn't really seem like he's. I mean, in Avengers, he doesn't really seem like he's in denial. It just feels like he's just like still kind of confused.
Hmm.
Because I don't
Yeah,
really get
and then
anything of him being in denial.
and like even in the Avengers, he was still put inside of this world where Loki is the bad guy. These are the good guys. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that's mean that he had to trust Shield
Yeah,
through these journeys, and then when you get inside of this movie, Shield is corrupt.
yeah, and there was a little bit of that in Avengers with
Yeah,
them using the weapons, and maybe that was a foreshadowing for this movie.
it worked
This
perfectly.
movie reminds me so much of Agents of Shield.
Yeah, because it's a spy movie. It's a spy espionage movie. I get it.
But just the way they show what Hydra had, like what type of impact Hydra has on the people who are actually loyal to Shield and what they stand for. I love
It
it.
works. It works.
I don't really
But
see that in this. Maybe that's Agents of
you,
Shield. I don't know. I don't care. Agents
no,
of
it,
Shield.
it works in Agents of Shield and inside of this
I don't
movie.
get it
But
because you don't really see like the agent side of them. Knowing that
yeah,
Hydra, you only got that like kind of scene where everyone was pointing guns in the launch room.
yeah, and like half of the agents getting
Sharon.
shot.
Yeah,
Sharon.
Yeah, in front of that practical audience. So it yeah, I see what
ah,
you mean.
but I
But
think
let's move on into the
yeah,
character. What?
I was about
Yeah,
to
keep
say
on going.
Steve is a
Uh,
character. As I said, I do like the fish out of water and the Avengers, but I think like Steve is still like there's still bits and pieces of that. Like when he's talking to Nick Fury, he's saying soldiers follows orders. It's not everyone just running around shooting guns.
yeah, he's still in that same mentality. So this movie prompts him. He has to change to
Yeah.
adapt to this world.
And I feel like this movie has a lot of characters that are like reminiscent of like old school Metal Gear Solids. Like even with the whole first act beginning on a Russian pirate ship
Great, great,
rescuing hostages. Steve is like
great.
Snake. And
But like,
also,
I I think the real standout here. Well, actually, there's two standouts. Nick Fury and Black Widow. Those two characters had so much to do in this
but
movie.
Nick Fury, he was gone for like the entire second act.
I
But
mean,
at least
without
he
Nick
had some
Fury,
action.
Yeah.
Steve wouldn't have been able to get around like he did.
Yeah.
And
So I feel like at least he had some action, and
I
that's
think
something
the
that we don't
standouts
get
for
in
me
many Marvel movies.
are Steve and Natasha.
Yeah,
Black
that little
Widow was
relationship
in
there.
the movie more than Falcon, so she was like the sidekick in the movie mostly.
Yeah, but she actually,
I
she
don't really
can
count
hold
as
her
a
own.
sidekick. I just kind of like the second main character
Yeah,
because she's pretty much in all the scenes since the beginning. And the dynamic between Natasha, spy, do whatever it takes, and then Steve, the soldier, who's like follow orders.
Yeah,
I like how they pair
Steve could have
Natasha up
got
with
it.
Steve.
Always has to mess it
I'm
up.
telling you, they probably had so much fun on this movie, this
Hmm.
one and Civil War,
You can
because
see
in
that in the
all of
gag
the
reels that we
exactly, because
watched.
like even in the interviews, Chris Evans, Anthony Mackie, Scarlett Johansson, Sebastian Stan, they all said they had blast
Hmm.
doing those movies,
And it
and
shows.
I could see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
I can see it.
when they work well on screen, you know, you probably say they probably had a good time and had fun. And
So
Falcon in
I
this movie, Falcon, he was good at times, but at certain times you feel like I
he
don't know, like he was biting off
and
more than he can chew. Like chill out, buddy. This is your first movie.
yeah,
You're not cool
exactly.
yet.
You're black. We wait, like you'll get your moment,
Bruh,
You get your
but
moment in Ultron, but right now you're
get your
not that really
moment
big of a shot.
on Disney Plus.
yeah, exactly. 'Cause, I mean, even now, I think until Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out, Falcon is one of the worst characters in the MCU.
No, I
Not
think he
by a
gets
long
better.
shot.
I think he gets
Not
better, but. I
but
like
he's
him
lower on
like
the
how
list though.
Natasha was in the beginning. Like
The
he's usually a
only
side
backstory
character.
we
He's
get on
good.
him
He's
is in
good
this
paired
movie.
up with someone. But I do want to see him shine in his own show paired up with Sebastian Stan.
I just
Basically,
want to learn more of his lore in the MCU because you only get a teensy bit of it
I
in
mean,
Winter
I'm pretty
Soldier.
sure they
yeah.
gave us all we needed to know. Because I don't think
Well,
Falcon's not really
I want to
supposed to
know
be
the
that big of a
history
character.
of the
We're
Falcons
probably
too.
gonna get that in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
and I think that's good because now since Captain America is out of the way, you know, Falcon has his chance to shine now
Yeah.
because
I
he
want to
always
see.
felt like to
I want
me
to see
Cap's
the
sidekick.
stereotype of Falcon being like he's held underwater because of all the pressure of trying to be the new Captain America.
I
That's
don't
what I
really
want
want to
to see
see
in the
that
show.
because we've already seen that so many times. I want to see
When,
Where
Sam be confident in taking the mantle of Captain America.
he has
but
been.
you know, it's not gonna be that easy. I mean,
Yeah.
that guy, U.S. agent, he took the shield.
No, he
You
didn't
know,
take the shield. Do you know the lore behind U.S. Agent?
no, but I see in the teasers he has the shield,
Yeah,
Cap
but
shield.
nah, U.S. Agent is like when Cap's gone, like after he died in Civil War in the comics. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I didn't read the comics, but this is like the basic understanding. It's like they wanted to pretty much like bring back what Cap was in the first Avenger. Like he was a like an advertisement for America, like patriotism. Like that's why you
Mm,
see him at like a football game and stuff. He's like a mascot for America. I
mm.
don't know if he has powers or anything. The shield's probably not even real, but I'm pretty sure he's like a showboat and he's not actually like super strength.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah, but
just
as
gonna
you were
be that
saying
easy
about Falcon, it's
for
like
him to
I
be.
like how like he's getting his own show now after being the side character in these movies because you get to learn bits and pieces of him as these side characters. It's like the Black Widow. Like she's getting her own film now where we're probably gonna learn way more about her than
Yeah, but
Falcon
they
and
gave her the
Bucky.
solo treatment though.
What do you mean?
They gave Black Widow the solo treatment.
Because I don't think a Black Widow movie would have worked at any time before Endgame.
It would have worked between
Post
that,
Civil War,
yeah, post Civil
anytime.
Well,
War,
that's where Black Widow
before
takes
Infinity
place.
War.
But the thing
Yeah,
is,
Anytime post
people
Civil War.
weren't really all that invested in Black Widow enough to the point where she got her own solo movie
People
until
been
like
asking, bro.
Infinity War and
Ever
people,
Endgame.
since
yeah,
he was moved.
people were asking after this movie. After
But it
this
wouldn't
movie
have
came out,
worked.
people wanted to
I don't
see
think it would have
wanted
worked.
to see a Black Widow movie.
Nah,
What?
I didn't really see people wanting a Black Widow movie until like close to Infinity War.
Out of all of the reviews that I've seen on Captain America, Winter Soldier, everyone's been wanting a
Well,
Black Widow
that's an
movie since Winter Soldier.
overgeneralization. I like
But yeah,
everybody.
like I said, they gave her the solo treatment. Like they give her a movie right after she
But it's
died,
fine. I think
just like
it's
Han.
good to give her the movie like back when everyone has their eyes on her. No, I think it's gonna be good for her character.
I guess, but I feel like it would have been more successful between Civil War and Infinity
Well,
War.
that's pretty
It would
much
have
where the
been
movie
way
takes
more
place.
successful.
Pretty
They,
much.
they
Yeah,
literally could
but
have
it would have
dropped
been
Black
way
Widow
more successful.
right after
Yeah.
Civil War. They could have done that.
I don't know. I feel like if they dropped it after Civil War, just people would have saw it as one of those like one-off movies. Like, yeah, I don't really have to watch it. But now now everyone's interested in her after Endgame. So people like are gonna pay attention to this movie. That's just
I
my thought.
guess I just hope it's successful. I hope
Yeah, I want it to be successful.
Natasha gets a good movie.
But I hope
I
they
mean, I
don't
think
do.
you're right. The plot of the movie probably wouldn't make sense post Civil War because you
I
would
just
probably
hope they
know.
don't do what they did in the comics. That was stupid. Or maybe if they did,
What?
they just need to find a good way to do it. We'll talk about it. But
Um,
you said you liked Nick Fury in this movie. Like
yeah,
I
he
like how they
actually
gave him
got
more to
some.
do,
Yeah,
but
he got some good action and stuff like
they
that.
kind of
That's
yanked
something
him
that we
out
haven't
midway through.
seen in other Marvel movies. What you say?
They
Wait,
kind
what?
of yanked him out like from the second act, like early third act. He was kind of gone.
But you know,
And I don't think anyone that watched this movie really thought he was dead. I didn't. Like when
well,
you first watched it, did you think he was dead?
Probably.
no,
What do you mean
because
probably?
I
It's what you
saw.
thought.
No, it's because he saw it in theaters. But no, I saw this movie after I saw Civil War and all the other Marvel movies. I saw this movie along with the first Thor, the second Thor, and the first Guardians.
Yeah, so you were pretty much
Oh,
already
so you're a
spoiled
skipper.
that he was alive.
You're a
Yeah,
skipper.
but I never. The only reason why I got into the MCU was from Thor Ragnarok. I knew of the
Man,
MCU.
you're a
I
late
saw
bloomer.
Civil War in theater. Yeah, but I didn't get invested until Thor Ragnarok because of that post credit scene. Thanos is coming, and then we see the trailer of Infinity War. I'm like, okay, maybe these movies are actually good. I was never that invested into it, but I was watching the movies. I just wasn't into it that
When I
much.
thought like a lot of movies, like most spy films, like at the like when you think of that, like Mission Impossible, the
Yeah.
James Bond stuff, there's always fake out deaths. So like that's what I went in. I was like, all right, if I see someone die during this movie, chances are it's not real.
Yeah, but I mean, to somebody who like saw this opening weekend who didn't know Nick Fury was going to be in Age of Ultron, because I feel like that
Yeah,
tease. I mean, yeah, his appearance was just like a
yeah, like
thing that
people who are
nobody
just
knew
starting
of,
to get into the movies, they'll probably
or it
be
was just like
confused.
yeah, or it was just like a secret or something. I don't know,
Yeah,
but to somebody who didn't know that Nick Fury was going to be in Age of Ultron, they probably thought he died.
yeah.
Okay, I want to talk a little bit about Cap's suit, just to do it.
The
What do you guys
suit
think
We could
about the
talk about that when we
suits?
get to Hero
that
Arc, because that's kind of for Hero.
All right.
But
yeah.
I know you probably have a lot to say about story. This movie's
Oh, the
story.
story, man, so good.
Yeah,
Complexity and I'm not gonna say that. I'm not
complex
gonna be like one of those those
complexity.
YouTubers.
I think it's very kind of generic, but not in a bad way. There's nothing wrong with something being
Complex
generic. Like as long as they do
complexity
something good
and
with it.
It can be
influence.
confusing at times.
Nah, you're
What
just
the
dumb.
story of this movie?
Yeah,
What
it's
confused?
not very clear what the intent is
Of who?
of anyone.
Wait,
All right,
what?
come on. You gotta, articulate.
Anything Hydra related, because
um,
no one really knows what's happening. When Nick Fury gets attacked, no one knows what's happening.
yeah, at that
Nah,
moment,
you
nobody
kind of
knows
do
what
know, because
happening.
Nick Fury,
But you,
in those scenes before that, he was finding stuff out that he was locked out and stuff. So Nick Fury was suspicious, and that probably was, a red flag
that
to
was
the
a
audience.
liability.
Yeah, it was probably a red flag to the audience. And even before he gets killed, he says trust no one. So that pretty much sets up the plot from the movie. Nick Fury was suspicious of Hydra and Shield, so he's probably telling Cap. I think the movie did a very good way of telling a clear and concise story.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think I can't think of like anything to say about the story except for I love it so much, and that they, yeah, Captain America does change in this movie, but he doesn't
Yeah, it's not as
change
drastic as Thor
himself.
and Dark World.
Basically, yeah, he really doesn't change himself. He changes America from what the suit is, but I'll get into that in Hero Arc.
But I do
But yeah,
like how this feels like a First Avenger Part 2.
yeah.
Like, this movie is like so much of it is brought back from First Avenger, like Peggy Carter, the SSR, Bucky,
Oh,
the
oh,
Commandos,
oh,
Arnim
so
Zola,
good. Oh
pretty much Hydra.
no.
Like this whole movie, like if you don't watch First Avenger, chances are you're probably gonna be a little confused.
I didn't watch First Avenger when I saw this movie.
Yeah, well, you're stupid.
That's why I was confused because I was like, "Oh my
Yeah,
god, so much stuff carried over from First Avenger to this movie."
and I like that because I love First Avenger. I love
Yeah,
how you're rewarded for
and
watching and understanding it.
and the thing is with this trilogy, the central story of it all is just Captain America's life after the
Yeah,
war. Him
and I
dealing with a
think it's
lot
a
of
lot about
stuff.
Cap and Bucky.
Exactly. Him being a man out of time, that is so good and
Hmm.
a great story. And it changes in so many ways throughout the trilogy.
Yeah, and
That's
I
what
like
makes his
how
trilogy so good.
you know he has nothing, and then like when he even says when he had nothing, he is Bucky. And like when he
Yeah,
thought all of his friends are gone in this movie, he finds out his best friend is still alive, but
that's
it's
great
not who he
storytelling.
remembered. And, I like how they do make Bucky sympathetic.
Somewhat.
Like I do feel bad for Bucky.
I one thing that I really have like a nitpick about is the fact that the title of the movie is The Winter Soldier. He's not the main villain. He's just an antagonist inside of the movie. He's really not a
But I
main
feel
villain.
like this
I don't really
movie
like the
it
Winter
doesn't have an
Soldier.
overarching villain. Like it's not one bad guy to paint. It's Hydra. Because think you could say the villains are Rumlow, Redford, Bucky.
But Redford is the main villain.
Yeah, I don't see that. I think it's
Alexander
like it's
P.
all Hydra and like Redford's
Alexander Pierce.
Hydra, Rumlow's Hydra, and then Bucky is just an arm of Hydra.
Do you guys think that it was good that the Winter Soldier drew out into Civil War, or should they have just
Yeah, I
kept
do.
his entire arc in Winter Soldier?
I do like Bucky's
Um,
arc begins in this movie.
for no,
Pretty much
well,
does.
I guess the Winter Soldier's arc, from Winter Soldier to Bucky arc, it begins in this movie.
No, the Bucky
But
arc, like of him finding who he is, that begins in this movie and carries over into Civil War. Like
I
this movie
guess, I mean,
directly
I
results in
wouldn't see
him
it that
trying to
way.
find out who he is. It's literally like the post-credit scene. Like
Yeah, the
that's when his
second
arc
one, but
begins.
yeah, I mean, to somebody who didn't see the post credit scene, you probably wouldn't understand like how Bucky, found out who he was or anything like that. If you didn't see the post credit scene,
But the
you
thing,
probably
even if
wouldn't
you saw the end
understand.
of the movie, when Bucky just walked off after he saved Cap, you'd probably
He could
know.
have been off to go kill some more people. Probably went out to go
Nah,
teabag
if you
someone or
saw him
something. I
save
don't
Cap, you
know.
probably knew. All right, something's up with this guy. And if you watch First Avenger and you know who Bucky is, just connect the dots.
They shouldn't have revealed Bucky in that dark scene
Well, that's just because the way
with
we watched
Pierce.
it.
Yeah,
Because
because
if
in
you
the
watch
movie
this in
theater,
theaters or on TV, like just like
Mhm.
on cable, you can't see his face.
Yeah, but in Disney Plus, they brighten it up so much because of the format.
And my TV is already brighter. I do like how the
For
colors are
real.
brighter though, but they did kind of ruin that scene because I don't think it's necessarily because it's brighter. I just think because of
You
how
want some milk?
upscaled it is, and like
You
it's
want
high
some milk?
definition. And a movie theater, it's kind of dark because you're in that dark theater.
Yeah, it's really dark. I know somebody who said that Age of Ultron was very dark watching it there, but
It is. Age of Ultron's
no,
very
it
dark.
don't mean anything here.
But
But
yeah, I do like Bucky's arc in this movie.
it's
Like
all right.
from the where he's like getting tortured and losing his memory. Like that's always a scene where I'm like, oh damn, that sucks.
Yeah, sucks for Bucky. Oh
hmm
well.
Oh well.
Oh well. Time to see more butt shots of Black Widow.
But Steve's arc,
All
Suit,
right,
I
Davis.
feel like
Go
that
ahead,
continues
Davis.
from.
suit,
Yeah, you can get your Steve
Go
suit.
talk out of
crazy.
the way.
Go crazy.
They should have kept the navy suit throughout the entire movie.
Leave.
No, that
The
doesn't. It
regular
wouldn't make
suit
sense for the plot.
does not match the tone of
That's
the
the
movie.
point. It's
It
not
doesn't
supposed
matter
to.
if he shows
Yep.
out. So
Like
you're telling me in those few scenes he's brightening out
Few
the way
scenes. You
he's
mean the
supposed to
entire
be,
third act?
he's
but
changed.
he's not. But he's not for during the first two acts.
In the first two acts, he was
No,
changing
because the
himself,
first
but he
act fits
realized
the
he had to
tone of the
change
movie.
America.
The first act
I just
realize what
feel
the tones
like
of the movie,
he
where it's dark,
he
it's
should have stayed with the
gritty,
same suit.
it's dark and it's gritty. And then when he realizes that he is to become more than Shield and he is to end it all, he goes back to the classic suit, bright.
Because that's what
I
America
understand
needed.
the meaning of it in the arc. I'm saying it doesn't look good. That's all I'm saying.
I
It just
I
doesn't look
agree
good.
that the suit is not the best.
I
I agree it's lower on the list, but the Navy suit is the best suit in my opinion.
I don't like the Navy
That
suit, but I
leave.
don't like it, but for the reason I think the movie intended. Because like the contrast between the strike suit or the Navy suit and that first Avenger suit, it's so
hmm
great. And that's why I think that suit at the
His
end of this
suit,
movie is my favorite.
the third act suit is way better in Civil War. It just is.
Well, the third act
That's
Civil
not
War
the
is the
same
same the
suit.
whole time. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
kind of a
the
bad point to make.
the suit in this movie is not the same
Yeah,
as
it's bright,
Civil War
and
suit.
there's a purpose for him using it, so it
Yeah.
makes sense, and it
I
also
don't
makes
know.
fit for the
It
meta
just doesn't
meaning.
look good.
Yeah, you just personally dislike it, but I like it, and it makes sense for why it's.
It makes sense, but I don't like it though. It's just they took out most of the multicoloring inside of it.
I like it. I like it. It's simplified, but it's also that we're still World War II state. But now the actual hero arc, Steve. Like as I said, like it's a continuation of how he was in Avengers and First Avenger.
Yeah, like I said,
More of
he's put
First
inside of a
Avenger.
world where he doesn't know right from wrong. He doesn't
Yeah,
know
he
who.
doesn't expect people to lie to him, keep secrets
Yeah,
from them, and do dirty stuff. Like he says, soldiers are supposed to follow orders, and you can see that begin in the very early parts of the movie when he sees Natasha stealing the files.
exactly. Like trust goes a long way with him, and in this type of world that we live in now,
Mm-hmm.
trust is
Yeah, you got to use every dirty trick in the book, and
exactly.
Steve's not used to that.
No one trusts each other.
And
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
Steve is pretty much the only character in the cinematic that can stare down Nick Fury. And
Well,
you saw him.
Black Widow did it.
Told it, not really, not the way
Pretty sure
Steve
Tony
did.
did it.
Yeah, exactly. Tony did it.
Nah, Tony
Yeah.
wouldn't even look Nick Fury in the eyes. The way that Steve talked to Nick Fury,
That's just the way Tony works, bro.
Exactly.
Steve,
He
that's
never
what I
looks
mean.
anybody in the
Steve's the
eyes.
only character that can
He's
do
not
it.
intimidated.
Steve
He's
is not
showing that
intimidated by
he's
Nick
not
Fury.
intimidated.
First off, Falcon did it.
Falcon,
Yeah.
one line,
Remember?
don't look at me,
Yeah.
I'll just do it faster. Nah,
He told him though. He looked him in his eyes and said it.
he
Right?
spoke to him.
Yeah.
He spoke to him. Falcon
Okay.
would not have that level of argument that
Falcon
Steve had.
told him,
What
"Don't look
happened,
at
so?
me."
Yeah, as a joke, Steve looked him in the eye and said, "Don't hold your breath." It's like
Okay.
Civil War. When everyone's, it's like what Sharon said in Civil War. What did she say during Peggy's funeral?
Civil War best movie?
No, it's not the best movie. But it's like she said, what was the
Cap
quote she
told
said
Nick,
at the
"Don't
funeral?
hold his breath."
We can't say that. We can't.
Yes, you can.
But what did Sharon say about like planting yourself like a tree and not moving? That's pretty much
Yeah.
Cap's arc,
Stand
like,
your
from
ground.
this
Yeah.
movie on.
And carry on into Civil War. You know, stand your
It
ground.
carries on to
Stay
Civil War,
with,
Infinity War,
with what you
Endgame.
believe in.
Now that's pretty much always been Cap's, but except in First Avenger, he didn't need that because, he was just a soldier following orders. That's what they did.
This character could have easily been the most boring character in all of the movies.
Yeah.
And like he seemed that way inside of the First Avenger and the Avengers because he was like this Boy Scout who always did right and knew right from wrong. And then we get inside of this movie, he's like kicking guys off of boats and killing people with his shield.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you can
okay,
see
Cap is
has to
actually a
change
cool
with the
character
times,
now.
but but people are telling him to change with the times. He needs to change his morals and ideals, but Cap doesn't do that.
Exactly, he changes his mind,
Yeah,
but he
may
doesn't
change the
change
way
it
he
to the
thinks,
extent.
the way he fights, but his policies do not
His
change.
morals.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
policies and morals. Like I feel like he's the straightest moral compass.
Except for that no killing rule, he actually kills a couple people in his
Yeah,
trilogy.
they PG-13 kill people in like all the movies.
Black Widow straight up just shoots people.
Yeah,
on the
with
boat.
no remorse. But I mean, that's common for her character. She's an assassin.
Yeah.
But Cap, dang.
Bro, with that shield, he be slamming people in the face. That thing, they die
Well,
instantly.
yeah, it's
Exactly.
PG-13 killing.
Bro,
It's not
one dude,
killing.
he
It's
straight up-
it's all knocking
he-
them out. But
he
there's a
super
lot of stuff
strength
they do in
kicked
this
the
movies
dude.
that would kill people.
He super strength kicked the dude off the boat.
Like,
He
did y'all see when
snapped
the
his spine?
did y'all see when the camera was shaking when he boom
I
kicked
don't
the
like
dude off the
shaky
boat?
cam.
Yes,
I love
bro.
shaky cam
Like
in this
in
movie.
this
The shaky
movie, I
cam in
think
this
this
movie
is
is
where
so
like
good.
the Marvel fights started to become overly cut.
Actually, no, Civil War, but
That's what I
it
said
is
about
what it
Infinity.
is.
Like, yeah, Civil War, it happens, but this movie does too. That's what I'm saying. Most of the movies after that quickie cut. It's, maybe that's like just being spoiled from movies like John Wick, Aquaman.
Yeah.
Like,
But I
just,
mean, with Aquaman, you can see the action very well. It's
Kingsman.
shot in a way that
Yeah,
you
but
can see it.
Aquaman makes me nauseous. But we'll get into that. But movies like John Wick, Kingsman, after seeing like very clean cut, what's happening. Sometimes it's hard to do that because it's like 30 cuts in 5 seconds.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks good. It looks good.
Sometimes, like in this movie, sometimes it looks really good. Sometimes it looks really bad. Like the fight between Bucky, and Cap, that makes sense for it to be cut a lot in shaky cam because that's like to give the impression of how fast you're moving. But when he's just like fighting normal pirate dudes, I don't feel the need for like 7 cuts of him kicking a dude.
Well, it makes the action look a little bit more visceral. You know what I mean?
I get it, but sometimes it's just way over.
I can see that.
I like Black Widow's suit on the boat.
Oh yeah, her look in this movie is the best look I've seen her in.
That Black Widow logo too. She got that too.
Yeah, best suit.
I like that.
But Jonathan liked the short hair Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
You like that Joss Whedon, huh?
I like
that.
You like
Infinity War.
The green, bro.
Infinity War. That looks stupid. I like the I like the Age of Ultron one with the blue.
I like the Endgame and her movie suit. Her movie suit is pretty good.
I don't know. I'm still kind of divided on how I feel about the movie suit right now.
But I enjoy the Endgame suit though. Endgame suit.
Yeah, isn't that the same? Nah, it's not the same suit.
You mean the dead suit? Yeah.
Yo, that post is funny because I forgot to laugh. All right, bro.
Bro, I was holding my laughter, bro.
Why that wasn't funny?
No,
Whatever
no, it
floats your
was
boat.
funny because it was silent, bro.
Speaking of floating boats, what do you think of that third act?
Great. It's not better than Captain Marvel though.
It's not
It
better than
meant
Civil
something.
War.
Yeah, it meant something though,
Yeah,
but
I feel like it
it's
was
not
it was
better
really
than.
good. It was good.
It had a
Like,
lot of cool moments.
it
Yeah,
was
Like
but
especially
emotional,
Cap's
but
emotional speech to all the agents.
yeah, and then Falcon being a DA talking about did that come off the top of your head? Shut up!
Sure,
Like,
you're
why are
not
you
cool yet.
talking?
You're not
you don't
cool yet.
belong here yet.
Is that whoa, Davis
Whoa.
getting a little bit racist
Because
here,
he's
bro?
black? Is that why? Because he's black, he doesn't belong with all these other white actors.
Bro, you're on that
No,
Cap. Nick Fury runs Shield. What are you talking about?
not anymore.
What shield? Shield's gone. But I think
Coulson
between
said
Cap
mine
and Bucky,
now.
the fight between
What'd you
Cap
say?
and Bucky,
Oh,
Coulson said
I think it
mine
can
now.
top
emotional.
I don't think it can top the fight between Cap and Iron Man. But like, I think it's good for this movie and setting up Bucky for Civil War.
Yeah,
And I feel like
I gotta.
his first Avenger arc closes there
Who
when he's with
Bucky's?
Bucky. No, Steve, and that's when he starts
Oh,
like Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame arc. And I
oh,
like that.
yeah,
It's good. And the fight scene is just really good too.
yeah. I love seeing the live studio audience in the background, and I
Yeah,
saw
dude,
all of
everything was
them die.
practical. Like it didn't
Yeah,
Oh,
like they
yo,
actually
we
blew up a lot
totally
of
forgot
crazy.
to
people.
talk about Winter Soldier's suit.
No,
The
well,
suit, it's. I mean, it's all right. The mask makes it look better, but
I don't
and the
like
The
the
goggles
mask is
make it
mask and the
look better.
goggles.
The goggles they're like they can be there and I won't really notice, but it looks better without the goggles. But with the mask is cool. The
Yeah.
mask.
I like him when it's just Sebastian Stan's face. But
So you're just gay for Sebastian Stan. That's your problem.
no,
Yeah.
it's just a personal
That's
preference.
crazy, man. No, that's
Rev-
crazy, bro.
Personal
Revoked
preference.
the boys card.
Boys card. I'm older than you.
You guys remember when you guys did that to me for simping? Elijah talking about you're out of here. That
was
day
him.
pissed
He
me
had
off.
no
You know
right.
that? He talking about you're out of here. I'm like, shut up.
He doesn't
Say-
even message the group chat. Screw you, Elijah.
I mean, Davis, you should honestly have your boys card revoked too for reasons that we can't disclose.
Why?
Do you not understand reasons that we can't disclose? In one ear, out the other.
Yep.
You know, starring like this movie.
Say,
Like, I
yep.
know it's your favorite, so you probably have the easiest time explaining your best moments.
Oh, yeah. The whole movie sight. No, I think it's the highway fight scene and the Lumerian star scene. And
I
all
like it when
and
he throws the shit at people's face. That's probably the best parts.
when they die.
Yeah, they die instantly.
The thing
Have
about
you
the
Yeah.
seen
Lumerian Star, I
the
the reason
rated
I
Yeah,
R
those
don't
were
like
extras.
the I
Yeah,
like the
those
the
were
rated
Lumerian
R
Star
version,
scene.
like the rated R edits.
Like
Yeah, I
do
saw that
like
one.
the boat scene, but I also don't like it because of like the shaky cam and stuff. You know, sometimes it's
Well,
hard to
that
follow
one-
the action.
That one was very. It wasn't. It didn't have that much shaky cam. I don't think it didn't have that much
Not
shaky
really
cam.
shaky cam, but you know, like cutting.
Yeah, there was a lot of fast cuts.
Yeah.
But I think the highway fight scene had a little bit more shaky cam and fast cuts. But that scene is epic and amazing.
Yeah, I do like the
Mess with
fight
it
scene,
heavy.
but I think the final battle, like them like jumping between helicarriers, you know, Cap fighting Bucky, those are really good and awesome moments.
It's nice. What about you, Davis?
The third
Faggot.
act fight scene.
You
The third
wanna
act
go?
fight scene isn't that good when they're like inside of the glass. That's whatever.
The helicarriers?
But yeah.
Hmm.
But I do like the bridge scene where it's Falcon, Captain America, Black Widow.
Oh, the highway
Winter
scene.
Soldier.
Yeah, the highway fight scene. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. I really like that.
I like all the
that-
detective work Steve and Natasha do. Those are some of my favorite.
Yeah, little
scenes.
X-Files movie and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Little
like when
spies,
like, that's when like really becomes spy movie.
and
like, it's
and
really-
that's one of the things that I really like because the Cap and the Tasha relationship, those are one of my best moments.
and
too.
like you don't really
Very well
see
done.
Natasha using a lot of her technical skills.
Exactly.
And like you do get to see a lot of that in this movie. She's usually the one typing away on the keyboard, discovering locations.
Yeah.
And I think
you
she was a good choice to pair with Cap.
Yeah. It's
Very
great.
tech savvy, than, you know, uh, World War II fossil. No, good choice.
You
Good
didn't
choice.
have to use the word fossil. You didn't have to
Use it in the
use the
movie.
word fossil. And only Black Widow can say that line.
Fossil.
Get kicked off.
Can't kick me off when I hold the power. I'm just kidding. But
Then I'll leave myself.
ah,
But
wouldn't be-
anyway, yeah, I just feel like in this movie, Black Widow is less sexy. Like, no, don't get me wrong. Like, she still is beautiful, but I
think you
feel
meant
like
less
she's less sexy in
sexualized.
this movie. Yeah, less sexualized. Because in the Age of Ultron, oh my
Yeah,
god,
Joss Whedon, you know how he is.
I didn't
feel
even know
like
Joss Whedon was like that.
they kind of desexualized her a little bit in the mall scene, but I think that's for a point. Like, she uses her
Yeah,
spy skills. Like, Joss Whedon in
Cap.
the Age of Ultron used it just because, Joss Whedon is the way he is.
Yeah, he loves male characters falling inside of women boobs or something like that.
Yeah, funny.
But big funny. But yeah, I feel like Cap, he should have took it. Should have went for it, man.
Well, obviously he can't because of the way these movies are rated.
Okay, first off, we have X-Men Days of
Yeah,
Future Past
X-Men.
on Disney Plus, okay?
Yeah.
Daredevil's
really?
not Daredevil's, Deadpool's gonna be on there in a couple months.
The
When is
MCU
X-Men
movies
first coming?
are all rated PG-13. They can't
And
have Cap for his character. They can't have him.
Bro, I can't wait for
smashing
Deadpool
Black
3
Widow.
to come into the MCU, bro. I can't wait.
the creator of Deadpool said that Disney probably is not gonna make it.
And they shouldn't.
Oh, X-Men is already on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
But
when was it added?
A couple days ago.
Really?
Jonathan told me. I think it was July 12th or something like that. July 11th, July 12th. I don't remember.
Oh, dang, it was added right after Infinity War. And right before
No,
Solo.
Infinity. It got added way after Infinity War.
Yeah.
It got added like last week. It was just late.
And Solo did get added yesterday, I think. No, on the 14th. But
besides the point,
you got any other
but I mean, at the end of the day, though, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. gets to show it, and they're Disney.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are not the MCU movies.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. gets to show sex. We need more sex in these movies. I keep on telling y'all this. We need more sex.
No, we don't. They need to stop over-sexualizing
We kind of do.
We kind of do.
There's
not
not
really
any
horny.
sexualized things in the entire MCU.
Nothing except for
that many
cleavage.
things.
Nothing except for cleavage and thighs or something like that. I don't know.
The Marvel movies
Whatever.
do not need sex scenes because these are supposed to be family-friendly superhero movies.
I'm not saying that
you just want to see more sexy women. I know what you want.
Gay.
Bro, you're so gay for no
Come on.
reason.
You just want to see more of Black Widow with her zipper down.
Well, actually, Black Widow is dead, so how can I see more of her?
Black Widow movie.
That's already
Yeah, but
finished filming.
she's dead.
They're not going to do
bring
that.
back
They're not bringing her back.
But I'm not
Exactly.
having this argument again.
Unless she's not dead, she's not coming back. It's just not happening. It's a GG.
Not happening.
She's dead.
There's
You're
ways.
mad.
You guys cannot deny the fact that there's ways they can bring her back. But I don't want to have this argument because it was already stupid before. But
Oh well.
What were we talking about?
Soundtrack. We can get on soundtrack.
It doesn't really. I don't really remember this movie's main theme. What was it? Oh yeah, no, I remember it was the Price Gang theme. It's not that memorable to me, but the Winter Soldier's theme. The Winter Soldier's theme. That's memorable.
It's okay. I mean, it was made from him of his screen.
I know.
It's cool.
I like it. It's such a spy. All the quiet pieces, quiet themes in this movie, are such I don't know. They just remind you of Mission Impossible stuff.
Yeah, but Man of Steel is better. Man of Steel is better.
He's breaking up other movies for no reason. Nobody's talking about Man of Steel anymore.
I mean, Man of Steel and Captain America: The Winter Soldier are basically almost the same movie. Winter Soldier's better. Just Man of Steel has the better score.
How are Man of Steel, and Winter Soldier similar movies in any way?
They both take these characters, these icons, and put these family-friendly characters, and put them in a world where they're run by politics and political thrillers and everything like that. by conspiracy theories. Man of Steel, it was about like Superman coming to Earth and he's being
Yo, I do not
hunted by the
remember Man
government or
of Steel
something.
at all, bro.
It's
No,
okay. We'll
sir.
jog your
You're getting
memory.
real
It's
close
okay.
to experiencing that. Didn't? What? I don't see how Man of Steel is similar to this movie in any
It's
way.
cool. It's okay. When we see Man of Steel, you will know.
When we
We
skip
would know.
Man of Steel. No, I was playing. I was playing. I was playing.
But
Yeah,
Davis, what you
I
think
feel
of the soundtrack?
Oh, the soundtrack?
Yeah.
Bro, as soon as I saw that Marvel logo, it's
Yeah.
playing that music.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just felt your hot breath on my neck. Yeah, keep on going.
Popeye's breath. Smell the chicken sandwich and the toppings you had. All right, I'm about to
actually.
eat your ass.
That's Chick-fil-A, actually.
So, the soundtrack is just so good. Every soundtrack in the MCU is just that
What's
good.
the soundtrack sound
Except
like,
for
Davis?
Doctor Strange. Except for
Recreate the
What's wrong
soundtrack.
with Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange's theme is the worst score I've ever heard out of an MCU movie.
Yeah, I
How?
guess. It's
That
not really
one,
worse. It's
Iron
just
Man
it's
2.
better. There's better ones.
That one, Iron Man 2, Guardians 2, Civil War,
How
Iron
can
Man
Guardian?
3,
But that doesn't make
Incredible
sense. How can you
Hulk.
put Guardians like Guardians 2 way lower than Guardians 1 when it's like the exact same score?
Actually, no, it's not. If you do your research, you will find out that do your research on my channel, SDUBNation. I did rank the themes, and they all have the different original scores in them. So go check that out.
Guardians 2 and Guardians 1 are pretty much the exact same score. I'm editing out that ad, by the way. Trying to sneak an ad in. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll leave it.
Let's go. But yeah, I think it's just one of the best scores Winter Soldier is, but Doctor Strange is just bad.
I think Bucky's the Winter Soldier's score is like his score is one of the better ones. But this movie, I don't know, I kind of forgot it. It's good when
in
you
terms
see it.
of
It's good when you listen to it for the first time, but I don't know, it's not really something I like listen to again and like be hyped for.
What? Wait, what was that?
Well, I have my mic muted.
No, you was like.
Nah, he had his mic muted so he could go look up what the score sounded like.
What? Why would I go look it up?
Because you couldn't remember it. Because I told you recreate the
What?
score and you went silent.
I didn't hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh.
Definitely. All right, but
I smell
That's why I'm
food.
taking your chicken.
But
I don't think this movie really fits into the MCU that well until like the end. Like it doesn't really fit into the MCU, but it does fit well into the Captain America trilogy of like first Avenger
I don't
and
think
Civil
it really
War.
fits in the MCU. Like with the like Shield falling, we don't really hear much about Shield anymore, anyways. So I don't think it really matters.
But that's what I'm saying. It only really I like how it affects like the Captain America movies. Like this movie's like
I think the only thing that really affects it is Winter Soldier. Just the character Winter Soldier.
No, it definitely affects the Winter. It's definitely affects Civil War, and it's probably gonna affect Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because
I'm gonna tell you guys how this fits inside the MCU.
Is like causes Zemo to be able to manipulate Civil War.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
Let me tell you how this fits to the MCU. Agents of Shield, Age of Ultron, Civil War.
Like I know you guys can have this argument, but come on, it's not in the MCU.
It is in the MCU up to the 5th season.
Yep.
So sit down.
Until 5 and 6, when 5 and 6 was going on, it was not in the MCU. It became dumb at that point. But Hydra falling has a lot of weight on the MCU as a whole.
But I don't really see that in any other movies besides Civil War.
But yeah, you see it in Age of Ultron. I mean, it's kind of hard for Hydra to. You got to get the scepter
it does
back
affect
and
Age of
everything like
Ultron,
that.
but not as much as Civil War, I think. Like yeah, it does. I'm pretty sure like it causes. I'm trying to find the right way to describe it.
It causes the Sokovia Accords.
Winter Soldier. Well, it's one of the reasons in the Sokovia Accords.
Therefore, it fits inside of the MCU.
Yeah, I didn't say didn't. It just I don't think it fits well. And stop. Sit down. God, that's annoying. This movie,
But
it doesn't. it doesn't really fit in the sense like an Avengers movie, but that's like for obviously. But it
Yeah,
does set up his final movie in the trilogy, like more
yeah,
so than any of the other movies.
and it also sets up Cap's arc and the way he's thinking and like the way he's fighting inside
Yeah,
of all
for
of
the
these other.
rest of the movie, like Iron Man trilogy, they're all pretty much like their own movies.
Yeah, terrorists.
Yeah,
You
Thor.
got
Yeah, Thor 1 and 2.
Thor was aliens.
Thor 1 and 2, like they're connected, but not really in a good way. And then Ragnarok's just like completely retcons
Yeah, exactly.
those
A
first two.
whole comedy. But I want to touch on that when we get to Ragnarok because I
Yeah,
got a
but
lot of
this
things to say
movie,
about.
like, it's
Bro,
it's probably like the
Because
best, most concise, like middle of the road for the
yeah,
trilogy.
I
like I
love that.
said, this.
I love
Hmm?
that it was like connected to Infinity War in that way. I love that,
What?
and I like it when they don't show fight scenes, they just show the aftermath of it.
Wait,
What?
when? Wait, what?
Yeah, like you
Ragnarok,
just like
the
that
end
was
of Ragnarok.
one
Oh, he was talking about
statement.
Ragnarok. Oh, but yeah, the aftermath wasn't
Oh, Ragnarok.
shown
I thought
in
he was talking about
Ragnarok.
Winter Soldier. That was confusing.
No, yeah, no, the aftermath wasn't shown in Ragnarok. It just showed Thanos' ship coming. But
Yeah,
Yep.
the aftermath of that movie came into Infinity War.
yeah.
I don't know if that's what you meant or not, but you know
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what I
I'm
meant.
saying.
This
But
movie, it doesn't fit well in the MCU because
your
it's like its
opinion?
own standalone movie. But
It is
but
its own
like
standalone.
in the realm of being, a sequel to First Avenger, and I guess like the
Yeah,
word would be like a prequel to Civil War.
and like the
What really the
thing
word
is,
for
like
that?
a lot of people kind of didn't like this movie because all the other Avengers didn't help out. Like
Yeah, but that's a
how
problem in any movie that they can't really explain well. People can always make the
exactly?
argument that, oh well, why didn't Iron Man show up?
First off, Thor is with like Jane over
Yeah,
there, what eating
yeah.
oatmeal, like
No one complains that all the
oats or
aliens that
something.
come down to Earth can speak English and speak
Exactly.
English. It's a comic book movie. Like when they're looking into why they speak English and why the Avengers don't help, they're thinking too far.
Yeah, like Hulk is off like drinking coffee or something.
Because if the
Tony is
MCU used
that
to be that thing, then all the characters would be like the same power level in each movie.
exactly,
Like then Captain Marvel
or all
probably
the
would have
characters
easily
will
killed
be in a
Thanos,
movie.
or Thor would have easily killed Thanos, but they can't do that to
Whoa,
make
whoa,
the
whoa,
sense of
whoa,
the
whoa!
movie.
You putting a little
Whoa.
bit too much dip on
I'm
your
not.
chip now,
Once
buddy.
again, they've already said Captain Marvel is the most powerful. I know you guys just
Scarlet
hate Brie.
Witches.
I know you guys just hate
Scarlet
Brie
Witch is the most
Larson.
powerful. No one hates Brie
And
Larson.
in
It's just a
WandaVision,
fact
she
she's
will
not the
be.
most powerful.
And
Yeah, I don't have a
WandaVision, she'll
problem with
become the
Brie
most
Larson.
powerful.
Like
Like,
Captain Marvel is one of the best characters.
You guys hate
yeah,
on
it's just
me.
the way that they do her in the movies. Like, she's fine in the comics and the TV
That's
shows, but just
because
the way that
that's
they
because
portray
they
her in the
said she was so powerful. But then since they did that, they have to tone her down for in-game.
yeah,
I
and,
mean,
and
Because
I
Thanos
don't think
there's
they
the
what
have
way
to.
like
that
they marketed her to be, she would like just destroy things, but they can't do that or else they don't have a movie. And I feel like a lot of characters are like that.
I guess I don't know what they're gonna do for Captain Marvel 2. It's coming out in 2 years, but
Whatever it is, I'm excited for it. I like Captain Marvel. But
that's least anticipated movie.
this movie,
Phase 4.
this movie, probably the best Stanley cameo so far. I think
Let me see.
best.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'd like. It was the first one where he was actually
Yeah, like
dressed
he
up.
actually has stuff to do. He's not just like in the background, one line gone.
One of my favorites is Guardians 2. That one was really good.
Yeah, everyone likes the
Kind of
Guardians
reminds me
2
of
one.
it.
Yeah, but that post credit scene with Tim, I don't know about that.
What do you
I
mean?
wasn't a big fan of that. Yeah, but
Oh, okay.
no,
I know what you're talking
I
about.
think I think the PH guy, what's his name? When Stanley played the PH guy, the little Playboy guy, what's his name? I
Hugh
forgot.
Hefner. It's not
Yeah,
PH.
Hugh
It's
Hefner.
Playboy.
That's what I
Yeah, but
said, Playboy,
no, you said PH.
and then I said Playboy.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, the Hugh Hefner, what was that? Iron Man 1 or 2?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
2 because it was the Stark Expo.
No,
Yeah.
that was Larry King.
Oh yeah, you're right. And well, they look the same anyway.
Yeah,
The
but
way the same.
I
But the thing is,
think
like, that was the cameo that was like, if you blink, you miss.
yeah,
I don't really like that. I like where
that
like
no.
Stan Lee, like the movie, like takes just a little portion and focuses on him.
I love it when he interact with the characters, but like I said before, I only like it when he interacts with Spider-Man. When he interacting with Spider-Man is great.
No, I like when he
It's great
interacts with
stuff.
all the characters,
But
like Thor and Cap when he's drinking with them and Ultron. That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, that's
But
really
this
cool.
think
Stanley
We'll get to
I
cameo
that.
was
think
good because
probably
it
my
was
favorite
long
one,
and it was funny.
my favorite one ever is probably the Captain Marvel one.
I do like the
Yeah,
Marvel
because they
one.
had to CGI him in. I think that was
No,
CGI.
it wasn't CGI. I don't think.
It
Because there's
no,
on-set photos
I'm
of
pretty sure she redid the scene to
yeah,
make
they
sure
had
she
to redo the
smiled.
scene.
there's
Yeah,
To make
on-set
her
photos of her
smile.
with Stanley.
yeah, but they had to redo the scene, and
Yeah,
by
I
the
know.
time they redid the scene,
I know.
I'm pretty sure
he
the
passed.
scene he passed away right before the movie, like a few months before the movie came out. So they had to redo that whole scene.
Yeah, he passed in
Just her.
November. R.I.P. to the man. So yeah, you could tell that scene was CGI. I can
Yeah, but
tell.
that's definitely
What
my
was
favorite
CGI about it
because
though? I don't get what you're saying. What's CGI about
His
it?
smile, the way he looks, that's not Stan. Stan had wrinkles, man. Well, I guess you could say because he was in the 90s, but still,
I'll look it
he
up
had
after
wrinkles
that.
in the
I'll look it
70s.
up after this, but
I like that
Yeah.
she smiled at him because it
Yeah.
really gives homage to who he is.
And plus, he was reading the Mallrat
Yeah.
script. That was cool. That was cool stuff.
But what do you really remember watching a video on it? But like, I don't know. I'm thinking too much about it. I think too much about it. It was the post-credit scene. This one, I think it started like the good Stanley cameos. Like what people started like, because it would like the movie would literally make you focus on Stanley, and the movies before wouldn't
like
really do that.
Stan actually interacted with the outside world or something like that. Like he actually has a life.
Yeah. Like most before, he was just like a quick scene, like just standing there, or like in the background.
David, you know who Stan reminds me of? Like, what if he's like what if he has like siblings that look exactly like him, like like that character from Asian.
I wouldn't like that.
But just like that character from Agents of Shield.
What character?
You remember that character, the little
What's his
chubby
name?
one, Patton Oswalt. I forgot his name in the show, but Patton Oswalt. He has like he plays like the same character, but they're like different names and stuff like that. So they're like all siblings and they all look alike. Basically, they're clones.
Oh yeah,
that guy.
Yeah,
but
no, that would just ruin it for me. Because
I was just thinking.
Stanley, no one can replace.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually like serious.
Yeah, I was just speculating. I was like, what if he actually has siblings and they all look alike, but they all have different, personas or something like that.
All right, let's talk about what we need to talk about.
Which is?
Oh, those trash post-credit scenes? Yeah.
Post-credit scene? Nah. It was good.
The middle one,
the twins one. That one was pretty good.
The first one was good.
I remember that mission too from Lego Avengers. That was pretty good.
But
I like the Bucky. I like the Bucky one too because that sets up Civil War.
The Bucky one was really good.
Bucky one was trash.
I don't think I saw
the trash. Please explain.
I really wasn't messing with it, bro. I honestly wasn't messing with it, bro.
Come on, please.
Yeah, I get it. He's finding out himself, but I'm like, how? Where did he get the clothes, bro? Did he like beat up some guy and stole them or something? How did he get to the museum? Okay, first off, how did he get to the museum?
He walked.
Does he have permission to leave?
Well, Hydra collapsed, so no one's telling him what to do.
I guess, man. I just wasn't feeling it like y'all was. I was like, okay, it's cool. Finding out who he is, great. But other post-credit scenes are better.
The last we saw of him was him being electrocuted. And yes, those people were in control of him. So no,
that's not the last thing we saw of him.
That's the last we saw of him before the post-credit scene.
No, it's not.
Yes, it was.
The last we saw of him was him taking Cap.
Yeah, the last we saw of him was him walking down the beach. That electrocution scene, that happened in like the middle of the movie.
Did it?
Yeah. After the highway.
After
the highway sequence.
I can't remember. We need to keep doing this stuff right after. Not a day after. I can't remember.
Sometimes that doesn't allow for it.
Well, we need to clear them schedules.
Yeah, some people can't do that.
Well, then we need to change dates.
No. You don't do schedules.
Oh, yeah. I will be able to watch Guardians with you guys next week because we are going back to school on September 8th. So I'll have all of August with you guys.
Come back to school. Well, I'm not going back. But I'm thinking that's when school starts.
Yeah, that's when the school starts. But yeah, post-credit scene. First one was great.
The
second one,
the Age of Ultron one, kind of. I don't really. If you're watching Winter Soldier, you don't really understand it.
Scum beneath my shoe.
Like if you're watching just like Winter Soldier and not an avid comics reader, like that scene probably just felt out of place. It did for me because I didn't know who Scarlet Witch was. I
Oh,
knew Quicksilver was from X-Men.
yeah, X-Men did them better, but
Yeah, X-Men was way better.
His scenes are
and
better, but
that's
I
why
prefer
Trash.
the MCU's X-Men character.
that's why that's where they're getting the X-Men Quicksilver to be in WandaVision.
Yeah, I don't think they could really do that,
Can't wait,
could
bro.
they?
Yeah, they
I
can.
think
They
they're
own
gonna
him.
make him be the son. I think they're gonna make him be the son, but not call him
And I
Quicksilver.
meant like
Yeah.
canon, like in a good way. I don't know. I don't really have high hopes that they'll use the same actors.
Wait a minute. How is Wanda's child with Vision gonna have super speed?
No comment.
Vision can't have children. Wait, what the heck? He's a robot.
Think.
Dude, he's pretty much a glorified sex doll.
Stepsis.
No, they're not even step brother or sister. They're brother and sister. Because previous to Age of Ultron, they played husband and wife
Yeah.
in another
Godzilla.
movie.
What does that have to do with anything?
Think about it, man. Her child has super speed, but she's dating Vision.
They were
Nah,
stepsis.
get out of here.
Vision can't have children.
Where did you
Whose
get this
child
thing
is
of her having a child?
Didn't they announce it? I know they
No.
announced it. No, they had a speculation. They announced it for WandaVision.
Speculation. People
It's gonna be in a
anything.
sitcom. It's gonna be in a sitcom.
You saw them tweets of like them saying, "I hate this job." People fake anything.
Actually, no, I wasn't watching Looper. I wasn't watching Looper that day.
I'm just saying, people fake anything to get clicks.
Yeah. But
All right.
anyway, let's get into the tier ranking.
I sat on it.
I want to go first because I already made up my mind. Then an S, y'all already knew that. Putting it in
This
S.
is an A tier.
A tier. All right, Jonathan. I swear to God, if you say D,
Honestly,
F tier.
this movie was trashed. Nah, you know, I'm feeling good today, so I'll give it an S.
An S.
I'll give it an S.
All right.
But
That's
if I
not the
had to
last
get a
S
number,
that I
it'd be
will
on
see.
like low S.
The next S.
I don't know. I don't know. It just feels
Civil
weird putting it in
War.
the same number level with other films of that are S. I don't know. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm feeling good today. I'll give it an S.
Yeah,
Might be an
it's
A
all right.
tomorrow. I don't know, but it's pretty good. Probably was an A when we watched it yesterday.
So wait, so you're putting in an S. So either S or A, bro. You gotta make up your mind
S.
now.
I said S.
All right, cool.
Same.
All right,
Okay,
A.
cool. So SSA.
Mm-hmm.
All
This
right.
is sad.
This has already been 9 weeks.
Yeah, crazy. We got Guardians of the Galaxy next week.
Almost to
Progress
the halfway
report's come
point.
Progress report. What do you? Oh, yeah. I get it.
Dang.
It's not.
Doesn't
I get it.
been that long.
I get the joke, but it's not funny. But yeah, it really hasn't been that long. I'm just really waiting until we get to to Infinity War. But I actually am waiting for the rewatch after this one.
Who
I am
knows what it
looking
will
forward
be?
to that movie.
I can't wait
We
for
do.
Civil War.
I know.
Wait for Civil War. I can't wait for Civil War.
Rhetorical question.
Yeah.
I don't
What?
know. Civil
Oh.
War. I've seen too much of Civil War. I could probably memorize that movie. I probably can.
Bro, that movie's so good. Oh.
I haven't seen it. Haven't seen it since Endgame.
Civil War is better than Ultron.
I'll tell you that much. You are correct. But I will
Nah.
rewatch Age of Ultron more than Civil War though.
Yeah, me too. I could put Captain Civil War on when I want to fall asleep. Like not in a
Yeah.
bad way. Just like when I want to listen to someone to fall asleep. But
Yeah. That's one of the things that I really love about movies. If you finally worded it in a way that I would like to say something about it. Like certain movies I like to fall asleep on,
yeah,
but not in a
Ragnarok's
bad
one of
way.
them. I fell asleep to
I just-
Ragnarok.
I just like to watch it and then fall asleep because it's just something good to watch. You know what I mean?
Dang. We've been going on for a while, so we should probably close this out. What's next week?
Yeah.
Right?
Guardians. Dang,
Yep,
I swear
episode
Guardians came
10.
after Ultron.
Nope.
Bro, it took them 9 movies to make Guardians?
Well, I mean, like I said, talking tree and a raccoon. That's
Dang, that feels weird.
strange.
Like Guardians follows after Winter Soldier and Dark World.
Yeah, but that's what makes the MCU so great
Guardians
at
is
that
such
moment
a standout.
because Yeah,
Bro, but I'm so excited for the best MCU movie, Avengers Endgame. It's the best.
I swear to God,
it's
you were about to say
okay,
Civil
but
War.
I
You were
can't.
about to get disconnected.
It's okay, Davis, but I just am not a big fan of Endgame as I wish. Oh wait! I want to try something new this time. Tell me one of the things that you would change about this movie, and one of the things that you wish it happened in this movie.
All right, I want to go first. I'm going first.
Okay,
All right,
I
so
want
one
to
of the
try
things
something new.
I would change, is I don't like the shaky cam and I don't like the action scenes how quick cut they are. I would do something like John Wick where it's like one take, quick cut, because those type of fight scenes like really feel like draw me in. And stuff like Kingsman. And what was the other thing? Something I wish would change, or what was it?
Yeah, no, wish it was inside of the movie.
One thing I wish was inside of this movie was, I wish I'm trying to think. It's on the tip of my tongue. I wish it was like a lot more fish out of water stuff and stuff in like just tying it to First Avenger.
Mm.
Like it
What about
does
you?
it great already, but I wish it was a little more. That's just me.
Okay, it's
I'll
valuable.
go next. I'll go next.
Yeah, you can go.
One
Okay.
thing I want to change: get that colored suit out of here. Don't need it.
The
Only
museum
navy
suit.
suit. Yeah, only navy
Yep.
suit. That's all we need. And one thing I want is I wanted more Winter Soldier in here. It's called the
That's one of
Winter
the things that
Soldier.
I wanted. Exactly. That's one of
We
the things
need
that
more
I was
Winter
gonna say
Soldier.
that
I
one.
want more story on him. But that's pretty much it.
But I feel like they
Yeah,
saved that for Civil War.
Yeah, I know,
yeah, I
but
guess, but I wish we could have seen
I
more of
want
him
it
as
now.
the villain. Yeah, but I think one of the things that I would change about this movie is it's near perfect for me, but I think the CGI just needed just a little bit more work because some of it looked good, some of it looked bad,
Yeah,
and
because I think when you like
you
put
could
it
tell
on
from the
Disney
bad.
Plus, like when it's in there's a such high definition, like scenes where it's like showing the inside of the helicarrier, Harry looks like something in
Yeah,
a video game.
exactly. And I think another thing is, well, no, I think yeah, everything after the CGI is great. But like David said, the one thing that I would put inside the movie is more Winter Soldier. I think more Winter Soldier would have worked, and less death fake outs. I think the
There
death
was only
fake out
one.
would have worked. Well, this has been the regular podcast. It was anything but, and we return next week with the Guardians of the Galaxy MCU Rewatch episode.